we started Crediverso because we realized that there was a big disparity in the levels of financial access and financial education amongst Latinos in the US and the general market. And so what I mean by that is, as you look at every financial product vertical, whether that is loans, insurance, credit cards, debit cards, bank accounts, the adoption rates are very, very different in the Hispanic community than they are in the general market. And we didn't like that was the case. So we wanted to do something about it. So we started Crediverso to be a platform for bilingual financial products and educational information about financial products to try to make the formal financial ecosystem as accessible as possible to the Hispanic community. So Hispanics in the US right now engage with cryptocurrencies in a variety of ways. One significant use, as you mentioned, is for cross-border transactions such as remittances, where cryptocurrencies can offer a faster and potentially less expensive alternative to traditional money transfer services. Now, this is, as I mentioned, particularly relevant for the Latino community, which has strong ties to family members in other countries. But I think there are a lot of things to keep in mind when you are using cryptocurrencies. So well, maybe before I go there, I'll just kind of round out the answer to the question as to how the Hispanic community is using it. So I would say, while remittances is the clearest use case in my mind, there is also interest in cryptocurrencies as a store of value for trading purposes. This community's engagement with this financial product is not limited to one specific purpose, as you can imagine, and it includes a variety of motivations, including investment, speculation, personal interest in the technology. And there's a large portion of the community that never uses cryptocurrencies at all. But I think it's worth spending a few minutes on understanding why it's appealing, why cryptocurrencies are appealing to the Hispanic community. So if that's something that you'd like me to go into, I'd be happy to go into that now. So I would say, yeah, the Hispanic community has been historically drawn to crypto as a pathway to wealth building outside of the traditional financial ecosystem, because there has been such a history of challenges in accessing that traditional financial pathways towards wealth building. So you look at some of the things that I've mentioned in this call so far, right? Credit scores. So to access a loan, you need a credit history. You need a good credit history. If you don't have a good credit history, you're going to be stuck with products like payday loans, predatory loans, really high interest rates, really bad payback periods, really big penalties. And that's unfortunately a reality for many members of the Hispanic community, because they, especially amongst recent immigrants, don't have that length of credit history to be able to get access to loans. So I would say cryptocurrency has appealed to many people who face those barriers to traditional wealth building avenues, which includes things like home ownership, college education, the stock market. And I would say there is a lot of research that indicates that barriers such as language, we've talked about that, negative past experiences with financial services, economic barriers. I mean, in many countries, and Argentina is no stranger to the challenges around inflation, if you have an economic system or a political system that leads you to lose faith in how you can store and build your money and save your money, then you will look to alternative financial products. And I think something that is really interesting that I've observed is cryptocurrency users tend to be higher users of alternative financial services in general. So when you look to things like remittances, right? The general market is not engaging with remittances the same way cryptocurrency users are. I think you have something like 18% of crypto owners send money via a money transfer service every month, whereas only 8% of the general market does. You looked at things like an auto title loan, right? So an auto title loan means that if you default on your loan, the lender can repossess your car. It is not a first choice of loan product for many people, because if I default on my loan, I don't want them to be able to take my car. But if that's the only way I can get a loan, then I'll do that. And you look to how different trends and how people engage with that type of product. And you have something like 17% of cryptocurrency users have taken out an auto title loan, whereas only 6% of the general market has. So really, it's this alternative asset class that has seen adoption amongst people who have historically been marginalized, have been excluded from accessing financial services and opportunities, and then they're told by all these advertisements that they can get access to this alternative. But the challenge is, and we can go into why I feel so strongly about this. This access to potential financial upside often comes with conditions that really reproduce the levels of insecurity that they are promising to reduce.